India's most loved and admired investor and massively accurate in gauging the market behavior and connecting the events. Mr. Jhunjhunwala, good morning. What a delight to have you back on ET Now. Are you pleasantly surprised with the market reaction? Markets are very mature. It is a clear signal that individuals matter, but institutions are bigger than individuals.
Yeah, I was expecting the market to end in the green.
You said that you expected markets to close in the green. So that's a very tall statement, Mr. Jhunjhunwala, and that is coming at a time where generally there is a little bit of uncertainty which has kicked in.
No, but because Brexit is so important, and Brexit over the weekend, the likelihood of Brexit has come down. And see, Mr. Rajan is left, we will miss him as an Indian. I am very grateful to him for the good he has done to this country. But his legacy will live, and what he has done will continue. And we have had a good governor other than Dr. Rajan also, and the government will get a good replacement. So I don't think there is any reason to panic.
Governor Rajan somewhere was also criticized that he was not cutting interest rates as New Delhi or the politicians would have liked him to cut interest rates. So on that account, do you think we could be in for a regime where interest rates will come down dramatically? Because typically that is what excites the market most, a cut in interest rate cycle.
No, I agreed with his policy totally. I think it was very fair and reasonable in reducing interest rates. And the question is, you have to look at transmission. So he reduced interest rates by 150 points. In the last two policies, he tried to increase liquidity. So this is transmitted. And I would be right with him that let us look at the monsoon, let us look at oil prices. Then I think if the both is in favor, then there could be a case to reduce interest post the monsoon.
Mr. Rajan did manage to clean up the entire banking sector. He was tough. He was
agreement.
Mr. Jhunjhunwala, Mr. Rajan, what he did to clean up the banking sector is simply incredible. He forced the banks to improve their lending standards. He was managed to reboot the entire PSU banking sector. So do you think he's going at a time when the good work has just started and that good work has not got finished?
A task well started is half done. So it's already a lot of work which is started, which will continue. We live in a democracy. It's not easy, and in a very active civic society. So it's not easy to stop good work once it is started and exposed. So I see no reason, why the good work that Dr. Rajan did, the good man that he is, will not continue.
When we had a conversation in December, you said that you were worried about the Indian banking sector, and you said that, look, I was accepting HDFC Bank and Kotak Mahindra Bank. You don't trust the balance sheets, and you will not be a buyer there, or you will not be an investor there till the time they don't admit to the problems and open their clothes. These were your lines. So are you now convinced, happy and satisfied with the kind of disclosure norms which have happened in last one quarter?
I would tend to wait for 6 months more.
What you would like to monitor when you say you would like to wait for 6 months?
What kind of bad debts they come up with, and what kind of resolution they can make of the bad debts that are there.
Apart from the currency, apart from the equity market, there is a general fear that rupee will be volatile as well. There is FCNR redemption which is around the corner. Historically, we've seen that currency market tends to be more sensitive. But looking at the way how rupee has moved today, looks like governor's exit is already in the price.
It already is, and whatever we have to pay, that 25-30 million in August, as he has stated in his letter, that amount is already covered. So I see no reason why my Dr. Rajan's exit, the continuity will not be there, or the currency may fall, but the fall of the currency is not the reason. His exit is not the reason. India's fundamentals don't change just because Dr. Rajan is not at the helm.
Are you reasonably confident that his successor also will be able to take things forward, and whenever government will come out with the name would be very well thought of, and government is aware of all the global linkages, and they also understand that the RBI governor is someone who should have a lot of track record and credibility?
See, I don't want to go on those long words. India has had good RBI governors, independent thoughts. I see no reason why the next will not be. I don't want to speculate. But I can tell you one thing, that whoever is the next governor, he cannot easily leave the legacy of Rajan. The bad debts will have to be shown by the banks.
Mr. Jhunjhunwala, in general, there is a section of market participants whom I've interacted with over the weekend. They are of the view that, oh my God, this is a victory for crony capitalism and politics has prevailed over economics. Do you think we should not stretch it that much, and we should not really get into darker explanation of why governor is exiting? We should focus on where the Indian economy stands and where the economics they stand?
I don't want to. I want to understand the implication of what the government has done. I don't want to go into the reasoning why it has been done.
So, I don't want to get this one wrong, but your message to the market is that whatever Governor Rajan has managed to do is simply incredible, but just because an individual is existing a great institution, the task which he started will not be interrupted. You're reasonably confident that the path which has been started, that will not break.
Yeah. I'm not reasonably confident, I'm very confident.
Are you a bit surprised that Indian markets have managed to climb the wall of worry? Whatever could go wrong has gone wrong in last 6-8 months. China, fear of a debt crisis in emerging markets. But indeed, Indian markets have managed to climb the wall of worry.
Yeah, they are doing well. I don't think there are some real worries. But markets are doing well, the economy is doing well. That is a reality, despite all the hullabulla by the press.
Do you think if Britain decides to exit the Union, we could go back and retest the lows what we saw in the month of March and Feb?
Who knows? See, what I feel is that Brexit, if it happens, it may not be very damaging in the short term. It will be damaging. But my greater fear is that it will lead to the breakup of the Union, of the Euro Union, which I think will be really unsettling for markets. So I, for one, would be very careful if Britain leaves the Euro.
But is Brexit a genuine worry? Because if indeed the European Union is broken down, we don't know what will happen to growth, what will happen to currency. Is it a real risk, and is it an unknown risk?
It's a known risk, it is a real risk. But now the odds are only 30%. So that risk is the risk is mitigated to that extent.
For the better part of 2015 and better part of 2016, Mr. Jhunjhunwala, India had great macros and poor micros. But do you think now the table is turning? Should one draw heart from the fact that now there are green shoots and real recovery which are visible in earnings?
Nikunj, we have discussed this 20 days ago. You are discussing Dr. Rajan now. Come over green shoots. Please discuss Dr. Rajan. Don't discuss green shoots and recovery and everything.
Trying to connect the dots, sir. You'll appreciate my curiosity, because every time you come, we just want to understand more of what you're thinking.
I am thinking what I thought last time. There is no change in my thinking.
Last time you also told me that 7,000, 7,200 will be a solid base for the Nifty. So before I come back to Mr. Rajan's question, just give me a general sense of what could be the base for the Nifty now.
7,000, 7,200, what else?
what is your understanding of the way how interest rates now, Mr. Jhunjhunwala, will move going forward? Like I said, that Mr. Rajan draw a certain degree of criticism that he did not cut interest rates in order to kickstart the economy.
Nikun, the path is... No, I think he did perfectly fine in interest rates. Just reduction in interest rates without the transmission and without the other thing needed in the economy will not kick-size the economy. I think he acted perfectly, absolutely corrected in what he did in interest rates. Right? And I think the path is downward. The pace is difficult to predict.
But that is not getting captured in the economy, sir. I mean, transmission is not happening. Real economy has not picked up. Utilization rates are still low. What I'm trying to understand from you is that the interest rate cut is a necessary condition, but it may not be a sufficient condition for an economic recovery.
Absolutely. Otherwise, growth in Eurozone and Japan should be 10%. Yeah. Interest rates are negative there.
Monsoon so far, sir, have started well, and I'm just going to get some closing comments from you because
Enough now.
Okay, so I'm going to just ask you one closing question, sir, and every time I ask you this question, which is that now are you convinced that the big bull market which you predicted in May 2014 really lies ahead of us?
Always it lies ahead of us here. Always.
So can I safely flash? Can I safely flash on ET Now channel saying that Rakesh Jhunjhunwala believes that the best and the mother of all the bull market lies ahead of us? And if you're a retail investor, start your mutual fund, start your check on your SIPs?
Yeah, it is not behind us. Only thing is we don't know when. Okay?
Okay. Appreciate your time, Mr. Jhunjhunwala.
It lies ahead of us, but we don't know when.
The best of the bull market really lies ahead of us, and that's the number I was really looking. That's the answer which I was looking from Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. So, Neeraj Aisha, the screen is telling the real story, isn't it? Rupee has stabilized. Bond market looks like the risk has come and gone, and the fact that equity markets are trading almost at the highest point of the day, that just tells you that what the market message is. Dr. Rajan is a great governor. He's done fantastic for the Indian banking sector, but market messaging is very simple, that individuals matter, but no individual is greater than an institution.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/etnow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at etnowlive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/etnow.